Welcome to the Concentric Home Solution Woodworking channel. My name is Michael St. Amy. If you happen to like this video and you're new to the channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a like and a comment. If you're a regular, I would just like you to know that I do appreciate you. Last video, we spoke about this rig. See there. And we also spoke about the reason why I purchased this rig, because I was going to be attending the IWF, which is the International Woodworking Fair. It rotates back and forth between Atlanta and Las Vegas, long story short. I was hoping to be able to shoot videos at the show, but they did not allow that. So unfortunately, I was unable to use my rig. Sorry about that. I did mention that I didn't know if they was gonna allow me or not. I asked for permission. Being a respectful person that I am, I'm just not gonna just go and do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna make sure that it's okay for me to do so. I went and I asked permission and they said it was not allowed. In fact, on the back of the badge said that you were not allowed to do that. So respectfully, I chose not to do it. I saw some people using their iPhone and so forth. I didn't want to do that. I have a certain, level that I've gotten myself to as far as video quality. I wanted good video quality, and that aside, I was told no, so I was gonna respect that. I know, I'm disappointed too. But what I plan to do is, it have to be somewhere. I don't know if you have to have a booth there, if there's some special situation. When I was there, they tried to put me in touch with someone, but I was not able to get contact with them. I'm gonna do some homework. I don't know if I have to pay a fee or whatever it takes, but next time, hopefully next year, I can go to the Vegas one, or the following year when it's in Atlanta. It may be a different situation. But that type of content, I would love to have on the channel. So I'm gonna try. The show wasn't a bust though. Although it was not as big as the ones that I'm used to going to in previous years, this one was a little bit smaller. And some of the vendors I had grown accustomed to seeing was not there. For example, our friend Festool was not there. I didn't see them anywhere on site. It's normally about 3 exhibit halls. Sorry, I can't count today. 3 exhibit halls. And this year, the first one was not even a quarter full with vendors. So that kind of gives you an idea. So it really was just 2 exhibit halls. I did come across some interesting information, not necessarily for you guys, but for my CNC. This is one of them, which is a gasketing system for hold down to offer greater hold down on smaller components of my CNC machine. I can't wait to try some of their products. The company is called All Star. So I was happy with that. Actually, it was my high point of the show, believe it or not. With all the sophisticated equipment and so forth, this was my high point. I met some other companies as usual. I generally come across companies like this from year to year, and companies that make hardware. This one made some hardware for barn doors. I have access to that now, but it never hurts to have another supplier. And what do you call these beds? Murphy beds. And they offer slides and other hardware components. Hardware concept, much of the same. A lot of hardware stuff that I use, I get from companies like this. Hardware resources and so forth. Some of that stuff, when I finally get my website under control the way I want it to be, I will have some products that I will be reselling on there as it pertains to projects. I'm still working on it. This company was very interesting. I think it was this one. No, it wasn't this one. This one was interested in the sense that they offered ducking. Right now I'm using HVAC ducking for my dust collection. This company used a snap together connection. One of my subscribers is putting me in touch with a smaller guy that specializes in small shops, but they was there. I got this. Another CSC item. I have ability to draw and model cabinets, but this company makes it easy and simple. It's a subscription service for the PC, not for the Mac, but they make it kind of like plug and play. So I kind of held on to this. Maybe not for my small machine. When I have a bigger space and I have a 4x8 machine, this will become applicable. The company is called Mosaic. CNC bits. It's not all CNC, by the way. That's a company called Vortex. I took their information, once again, for the CNC machine. Same thing with Amana tools. Give me an idea of Mosaic. This is some 3D rendering of, stuff that can be produced using that software. And there are different pricing models. I'm going to show you the rendering. This is the rendering. Okay. Now, this is an Asian company out of Taiwan that I've known about for a little while. I do want to carry a line of my own like favorite router bits, basic bits. And I really, 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 really want to go with a US product. But here's a potential problem. I hate doing this, guys. I just spoke to you guys about this. About Whiteside. Just spoke to them. Apparently, to do business with them, you have to be of a particular size. They want what they call distributors. I guess, tens or hundreds of bits is not enough. You gotta apparently buy thousands of bits, apparently, for you to be considered by them, which I think is unfortunate. I'm still gonna look around. There's a few other companies I could check with that I'm familiar with to see if they would consider a small guy like me, because I've seen other small guys with lines of bits that are made in the US. So I am hoping, I still holding out hope. I'm hoping I don't have to go here. It would be very unfortunate for someone overseas to sell me bits and someone right here would not sell me bits. That would be very unfortunate, but we'll see what happens. As I said, there's a few other companies, and one of them is actually in my area as well. I think they're either North or South Carolina, which is where Whiteside is at. I was very disappointed in the answer that they gave me. And this, just some more of the same hardware for cabinetry and so forth that I saw at the show. This company I've seen around for a while. Actually, I'm going to use it in a personal project coming up soon for my kitchen for island. They make hardwares to support stone and concrete countertops and so forth like that, and shelving. This company was very interesting. They made a very interesting. They came up with a way to basically thinly slice real products like marble, granite, and even cement to make like a laminate. It's the actual product, and it's not brittle, it's hard, it's durable, and you can buy them in sheets. It's very expensive. In fact, it's just as expensive as the full thickness, but their selling point is the fact that it's light and you can handle it yourself, especially if you're a one-man situation, and you could process it yourself. So that's the selling point. It's not cheaper, but it's easier to use and more feasible for situation where weight may be a concern. I thought that was very interesting. And then in the future, when I produce some products or whatever, I'm just looking for some, they always have companies like this at the show that produce packaging to help protect the product. Some people try to cut corners and stuff like this, and I don't get it. But if someone orders something for me, I want it to reach to them in one piece. So that reflects well on me, one, and it doesn't frustrate the customer, and it doesn't frustrate me in having to file insurance claims with the post office or the whatever carrier. So, and some hardware. Well, here's a little woodworking treat. This is a company I've shown you products from before, Narex. They was there at the show, and I was able to get their full line catalog. Some of the dealers, I don't think any of the dealers carry the full line, but most of the dealers here carry most of the stuff in here. And the Narex stuff I have, I'm very happy with. This haul wasn't as big as in previous years, but as I told you, the show wasn't big. I did notice on the side or on the exhibit for the larger equipment, I saw a theme of a lot of robotics arm, which kind of disturbs me a little bit as far as how far automation is going. I'm wondering if it's going to be a point. Well, I'm not wondering. I know it's going to come a point where they're not going to have jobs for the average person anymore. I don't know if we're, as a society, I don't know if we're thinking this stuff out fully. You know, we have a habit, unfortunately, to be purely money driven, and consequences falls afterwards. We have these, sometimes come up with these brilliant ideas that for some people, at its core, at its beginning, at its inception, we saw that it was completely insane, but apparently the people that knows everything, you know, the knowledgeable people, they tend to tell us that these are great ideas, and we find out 30, 40 years later that they were massive mistakes. But hey, we'll see where that goes. But there was a bunch of robotic arms loading machines. That robotic arm probably replaced a couple workers, but we'll see where we go with that. But that was a big theme of the show this year. For me anyway, I didn't go to the one in Vegas. But the last one that I went to, it didn't have all these robotic arms. It wasn't, just about every exhibit I went to that had a CNC machine, a large format industry type CNC machine, had robotic arms. They even had them spraying and sanding. By the way, Cam Master was at the show. I got to meet one of the tech support guy that I have never met in person before. And that was a cool experience. They had their Panther and Cobra class machine on display. And I've seen those machines before. As I told you guys, I've visited the factory before. So as impressive as they were, I've seen them before, so. But they had a good showing. They didn't have the robotic arms. They just had two of their CNC machines. Once again, Very sorry I was unable to get you guys footage. I had big plans. Give me once again. I had big plans, but hey, sometimes you plan and things happen. So you just have to roll with the punches. I was able to purchase a nice mic before the show. When I showed you this last, I didn't have a mic on it. And the recorder that I have on me right now that you're listening to is a 32-bit floating recorder, meaning that I don't have any issues with clipping. And in a place like a show, when you have loud noises and so forth, I could lower the volume in post without any degradation. In a way, yeah, it'll be better next year, because even if I was able to record this year, I needed an adapter to add an additional input so I could use my lavalier mic. So if I was speaking to anyone there, they could speak into this and I'll pick up the audio from it, and then I would have been able to pick up my audio from my lavalier mic and have it recorded on a recorder and sync with the video footage in post. So I mean, I would have done it anyway. I probably would have done a voiceover if I was able to do it. But if I'm able to do it next time, I would be able to even do a better job when I get that additional adapter, so I can have 2 channels of audio coming into the recorder. And also, I realized that I'm gonna have to get me another recorder. I'm gonna dedicate a recorder to the rig and a recorder for doing these, so I don't have to be switching back and forth. And as I told you guys in the last video, this rig is very inexpensive, and it was just a proof of concept for me to see if I like the idea of rigging it. I really want to get an aluminum one, something that's more robust. So this is not going to be the final thing. This is just proof of concept. But so far, I've been liking it. That's all I have for you guys today. The next coming videos is not going to be very long. Matter of fact, they're going to be shorts. I would like to ask you guys to please support them. But to give me some more time to work on some other stuff, like for example, to start working on the MFT outfeed table. I'm going to start making some more leading into the Christmas time from this point on out into the fall. I'm going to start doing more short format videos, short YouTube shorts, and every once in a while I'm going to do a longer video, but I'm not going to be doing consistently longer videos every week. So please be patient with me. When we come back next year, I should be in a different situation where we could go back to business as usual. As usual, be safe in the shop, and thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to be notified when new content is dropped on this channel, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and drop a comment down below.